Welcome back everyone to the latest and greatest in our Let's Play series. Today we're gonna be doing the southern Godmark. I don't wanna lull around for too much, so let's go to the monument and I'll explain how this map works. So in the previous one we did the Frost Marshes. We got some plans and runes for the Dark Elves, right? Now, you notice we've got no units, because this map, the first part of it at least, requires us to only defend with towers. If we go check the quest log real quick, Bladestorm, build a fortified camp and wait for the blades. So we've no time to waste, let's get to it. We will get attacked by way more than just blades though, so gotta be careful. Anyhow, yeah, quite an interesting way to start a map. I know many people dislike this map, because of this kind of like weird way of going about it. I always found it quite interesting, though pretty confusing when I played this for the first time as a child. It was like, you know, what do I do? Where are my units? I can't attack without them. Which, you know, true, yeah. But hey, we can get around that. So, what we're gonna do is make as many slaves as we can. These slaves I'm gonna send to work, while you, dear viewer, I'm gonna send to the description to do a couple of things. First, you're gonna join the Discord. You're gonna like this video, drop it a comment for the algorithm, and maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. I mean, no reason not to, right? All of these things are free. Nah, just joking, you don't have to do any of these things, but, you know, it'd be appreciated. So yeah, we've got the Shadow Pulse armor, which is good. We're gonna need it here. Probably gonna stick with the Shadow Pulse armor until the end of the game. It's just super strong, right? Armor's armor would be a good contender. Problem is we can't wear it. So, Shadow Pulse is gonna be it. For some reason this is rated higher, even though it gives you fighting 10 I guess, but Armor's armor overall I do think is superior. Anyhow, what's the matter with this here? What do we need to do? So, the blades are going to be attacking us relatively soon. What we need to make sure we've got by then is... I just want to place this here. There we go. No. A little bit. There we go. What I want to do by then is build a couple of towers, because that's what we need to do. We're not just going to get attacked by blades, speak of the devil. We're gonna get attacked by these guys as well, by frost columns. They're level 20. Individually, not that big of an issue. However, there will be more coming. You know, there's some blade minions here, some blade minions here. These are fine. Without the towers, probably a little bit hard to defend. With the towers, though, not too bad. Now, one tip I can give you for this map is, because everything is so close, just build everything here, and then start making towers in this area. Everyone's going to be running straight towards you. I'm not sure if they run towards the monument, or towards you as a, you know, as the avatar, but they will be running towards you. So, yeah, just make them run into the towers. Yeah, we've got a few of them walking about. There are some chests I can loot. I think one is going to be, like, up here. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. I don't want to get these chests yet, though, because one of them might walk into, you know, our little camp we've got here, which is not good. We do not want that. So, anything else I can do? No, just towers. Okay. By the way, is it just me who thinks it's a little bit weird that the towers don't require a small headquarter, but the Onyx Shrine does? But then you need the Onyx Shrine to collect Lenya, and you need, sorry, Lenya, Aria, and you need Aria for the tower. Kind of, you know, weird, but okay. Anyhow, they are gonna go collect things for me. While these guys, maybe I can Maybe I can make another quarry here, just so they collect it a bit quicker. And then everyone else... Yeah, I'll make as many as I can. Will not be too much of an issue. Now, the Dark Elves, just like the Elves, have 2 towers. They are actually the only 2 races that have 2 towers. The difference is that one of them is good, Tower of Sorcery, and one of them is kind of not that good, the Mindbreaker. So, we have to see if and how many Mindbreakers we actually want to make. I'll make a few, probably. The thing with the Mindbreaker is, it hypnotizes enemies and makes them, you know, stay in place so they can't attack you. Which is good in theory, but as soon as someone gets, you know, as soon as they get, like, hurt or attacked, it breaks the hypnosis, so they'll just, you know, not be hypnotized anymore. At which point, I do think it's more convenient to get a Tower of Sorcery, so... Yeah, I'll put them in groups like this. Should be okay. Can make 4 more of you. It's gonna take a while to get enough Aria. Especially because it's so expensive, 100 of it. But hey. So you are group number 2. You are gonna be group number 4. And you'll be group number 5. There we go. I feel like utilizing these groups is a bit underappreciated in this game. Like, you should do it, definitely. Now, I'm gonna try to bunch these together as much as I can. There we go. See, this is what I mean. The Blade Minion, he's gonna get killed by the towers. This guy can be a bigger issue. All of these blockades, so these ones here, they'll kind of, you know, rid themselves of themselves by attacking us and just getting killed by our towers. You see, the towers, they do quite a bit of damage, 22. So if you've got plenty of them, they will hurt. We're gonna lose a couple of slaves, but that's fine. Unlucky, but hey. You guys can make me another one. And we can go back. Right. So you guys... no. Like this. There we go. So yeah. This is going to be the first part of this map. Definitely a contender for those, like... You know, maybe I should just skip this whole section in the Let's Play, but I think, yeah. I think it's definitely a good thing to just kind of play through it. Just to show, you know, this things like this too. We're starting to exhaust most of the stone we have. The thing is, even collecting more stone right now is kind of unnecessary, you see, because the main resource on this map later is probably going to be wood and leña, because we've got orcs who we'll be playing as for the main army part. This is just kind of, you know, before we get there, which, in all fairness, can be pretty useful for towers, but we won't need towers at some point, right? So this is one of the maps, though, where... Actually, before I continue that thought, I'll put the speech volume a bit higher, and put, like, SFX and music a little bit lower, like this. Just to make things easier for myself later when I'm editing. Right, let's add one more. And just keep it going. But yeah, you see, they're slowly attacking. Like, going from here. It's gonna be in waves. There's gonna be a couple of big waves, definitely. But, nothing that we shouldn't be able to handle quite comfortably. Dawngraves? Do I want to do the Dawn thing towards the end, when we get to 11? It's not as good as the armor we have right now, but it might be cool, you know, so... There's a reason for using it, at least. So my idea is to kind of do a whole, you know, one belt here, and then bunch up a couple of them over here. Because that's where the, you see, where most of them are going to be attacking, so... That should be fine, I think. We're also quite resistant to whatever they can throw at us, so... that is a-okay. By the way, I've been thinking recently about making some changes to, well, my YouTube structure. I kind of want to get into YouTube more, I don't want to say more seriously, I'm doing it as a hobby, but more consistently, right? Which is why I made a post yesterday, asking you about how often I should upload, and I think I've gotten some good feedback. Thanks, first and foremost, to everyone who commented. I've gotten some good feedback. I think uploading every single day might be too much, because the episodes I upload are very long. 2 hours, 1.5, 2 hours on average, right? And it might be both difficult for me to record and difficult for people to watch if they kind of want to, you know, stay on track with everything I upload. So every other day, I think, seems like a very good kind of like in-between for it. So episodes are going to be coming out every other day with other things, like some special videos I want to make about SpellForce and, you know, just things like that, coming out somewhere in between there. I've got a couple of videos in mind that I want to make relatively soon. One of them that you guys can look forward to is testing out the SpellForce demo. I'm sure most of you guys, if you're from back in the day, you might know that SpellForce 1 has a demo. Many people might not know. So I kind of want to play through the demo for you and tell you my thoughts on it, because it's interesting in some aspects. It's nothing new, necessarily, it's just the way it's, you know, the character you get and all of that. It's kind of a little bit weird. That said, I'm probably not gonna play the entire demo for you. I'll just play it, make a, you know, 5 to 8 minute video talking about my thoughts, and then I'll upload that, right? So it's a little bit more condensed. It's not just me playing through the whole thing and boring you with it, because it's something we've seen, and it's very easy. Hey, stay here. Stay here now, come on. The demo itself is something you guys can play too. It's downloadable in 4 languages. You know what, you can run back, just run back. It's downloadable in 4 languages. English, German, French, and Spanish, I believe, so anyone can play it if they want to. So I just kind of want to give my thoughts on it, and that you guys experience it for yourselves. Ah, there we go. So we're getting a little bit more action here. Nothing too bad as of yet, but we do have to wait. I think this first part of the map takes probably around 15-20 minutes. I mean, you'll see it later. If you're watching, you'll see the recording time, but it should be around there. This guy is very persistent in running away. Right, just run away then. Just do it. It's so nice to see that the blades are finally dropping some good loot though. Because there were some stinkers on the previous map, definitely. So, I think this amount of towers is going to be fine. The reason I say this is because I'm gonna need more towers for something else. And I want to keep the Lenya and... well, stone is fine, but Lenya, more importantly, intact. So all of you go here. And let's defend. I think one of the pitfalls you can have on this map is creating too many towers in this opening section. Which, you know, you need them to defend, but this is plenty, right? We don't need more. And then when you get to the orcs, because it's in an entirely different part of the map, we still have to defend. But then we don't have any money for towers, or resources, not money. Resources for towers, which, you know, makes it difficult. Unnecessarily difficult, actually. And this way we can kind of build a couple of towers there, just to support us, in a way. We will, to be fair, have more access to Lenya on the second part of the map with the orcs. Why do I keep saying Lenya? I mean Arya. So yeah, we'll have more access to Arya, but, you know, you do kind of generally want something straight away just so you can start using it. Makes sense. Alright, let me check if we've got anything here we can use. Rings might not be a bad idea. Yeah, this one's better for him, for sure. This one might be good for you. Charisma, yeah. Actually, yeah. Charisma's always good. There we go. So, we've now defended. Now, the next part of what we need to do is go here. Technically, right, you can go there earlier. There we go. You can go there earlier, but you saw the last, like, bunch of blades that attacked us were blocking the path to the Orc Monument. If you kill them before that, you could technically just go to the Orc Monument and play that way, but depends very much on what kind of avatar you've got. If you're playing with something like a, say, defensive mage with very limited offensive capabilities, well, it might be a little bit tough. A little bit. Not impossible, mind you, but just not ideal. And yeah, this takes about 15 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer. Seems to be about the same time it'll take us to kill this frost golem here. There's no side quest for us to do at this point. There is one, Blood, which we will do, and we'll get a great weapon out of it. A weapon I don't specifically recall if we can use. Maybe we can. We'll see. Maybe we can. Alright. Got rid of that guy. Loot the chest, and then we go to the Orc Monument. Speaking of which, I'm gonna need a couple of you guys, perhaps 2 groups to go with me here. The rest of them can stay, just, you know, do the resources, whatever. But I do think it's a mistake to not utilize the Dark Elves further. You'll get some units for the Dark Elves later on this map, but by the time you get them, you kind of don't need them anymore. But the towers, they can be super useful. Sadly, the enemy has towers that are quite a bit stronger than ours, so those ones we will not be able to break through. Alright, you guys. Yeah, they die super quick. So, you guys can start building up defenses right about here. There we go. Actually, you guys go here. And you guys are going to do another one here. Will we go exploring? Hey, buddy. What's wrong? You don't wanna... You know, you don't wanna go to the tower wall over here. Okay. He might be feeling a bit bummed out by the fact that his buddy just got slaughtered over there. Who knows? Nobody knows. You know, I always kind of hated how far the Orc Monument is here. To be fair, it gives you a massive area to build in. Like, 1/3 of the map is kind of just for your base, which, you know, practical and all, but maybe a little bit more condensed. I think it's too much. A bit unnecessary here. Alright, then we're gonna make some more. Do we have the best rune? 12, yeah, we do. Okay. Then let's get to it. There are a couple of things I need to explore. Free Sartorius. Very vague there. He is on this map, but it's, you know, just Free Sartorius is... You could tell us where he is, for one. That'll be pretty useful. Alright, so we've got iron here. Oh, and Aria here. Okay, there we go. This is what we need. But getting these guys over there is quite tricky. So I think I'm just gonna take you four to get me some Aria. There we go. 5 of you to get some wood. I think there's a couple of chests down here, which is... Oh, there we go. Which is why I'm trying to explore. This is fine up here. They can keep attacking. It's... Yeah. If push comes to shove, we might help them a little bit, but... I don't think it'll be necessary. Alright, you guys. Wood. Where's like the best place of... I think I'll put you like here. There we go. Lenya down here. Perhaps another chest on the right-hand side. We'll check it out, but for now, this will have to do. So you guys already have your thing. You guys... Ah, there we go. Should be good. Oh, come on. Kinda wish they would attack the towers instead. Just to kinda not kill my skirks, but okay. I mean, these two get the memo. Alright, on me, please. I'll use the opportunity to kind of get more of them over here. Food. Now, fishing, I do think we have fish, but it's over here. So that's kind of unfortunate. Lenya, too. Lenya as well. Gonna have to see how we're gonna deal with that. First, though, we need wood. There are no animals here, which, honestly, I don't know if that's on purpose, or if it's just kind of, you know, how it ended up being. But I'm quite the fan of there being no animals in this area, because it does seem very barren, you know, like kind of stripped of all life, except for the blades and the ice golems. This guy is still standing over here for God knows what reason, but hey, you do you, my guy, you do you. But yeah, I quite like that, I'll be honest with you. There's some stone over there. Probably not a bad idea to get that. And then maybe you guys. There we go. I love the way these towers look, by the way. Super hardcore. Like, very, very, like, rough around the edges, but that's what I like about them. Okay, now we have to think about how to build and what to build where. Some basic buildings, mace carver, forge, you know, the usual. Mine. Though honestly here I do think I want to do mine and smelting works. Because there is, well, there is quite a bit of iron on the map, but not too much. Not too much at all. Let's explore this just in case. I think I might be missing something over here. And you, since you're the closest, go check this area out. Okay, that's taken care of. Now we can do the mace carver. Oh, there's stone over here. Kinda useless, but it's there. Nothing else, okay. For some reason, I do think there's a chest over here. Or down here, somewhere. But there's definitely another one. Unless I'm ah, there we go. Knew it. Was about to say, unless I'm severely misremembering something, but no, it's there. Check the south too. Oh, you can't walk down there. Okay. Alright, you guys, let's see. Two more. Hey, we can make thugs. We don't want to make thugs. Honestly, I'm not sure you ever want to make thugs. Well, actually, there is one map in Breath of Winter where thugs are kind of necessary-ish, because they're the only one you can make, but that's arguable. You could say that, you could argue that it might be better to just play without, you know, without making them at all, just with your avatar. Which I can definitely see as a possibility. Alright, Lenya, we're gonna need... you've got nothing down here, do you? No. Seems pretty barren. Oh no, we do have Lenya here. Okay, very good to know. So, let's make 5 of you, and you guys are gonna go do this. I know it might be weird, but I do kind of like the idea of populating buildings that are further away first, and then going... Oh, another chest. And then going towards, you know, my monument. Especially for resources. Not for everything, but resources in particular. I do think it's a more convenient way of doing it. Do it like this. This is completely fine over there. we should slowly start thinking about food, which I'm thinking of doing like in this area. So if I make a food store over here... Luckily wood's not really an issue on this map. That we've got plenty of. But we need to see that we kind of redistribute our folk to do what we need them to do. 2 of you have nothing, so... might as well get started on the medium HQ. Where, though? Maybe... Don't know. I kind of want to do the big HQ here. Medium... let's see. Can do it like here. This guy's still standing here. Okay, let's help him out. Let's attack him. And hopefully force him to go towards the, you know, the spiky things over here. Does this move you? It moved him a little bit. Ah, there we go. Perfect. In range. Sublime. That's how we like to see it. I feel like one of you should go back to this here. I'm sorry. I know he wasn't hurting anyone, but the red dot on the map was just kind of bothering me a little bit too much. Alright. And now it's a waiting game. Kind of typical. But we do need food. Lots of it. To make an army. This is one of the maps where you kind of do need an army to break through. Because it can be very tough. You could... There's a hero monument here. You could just try and break through to the hero monument. But that, again, is very hero dependent. Because it's... Well, you'll see, but it's in, behind a very difficult camp. And if you aren't properly, what's the best way of putting it? Properly equipped to handle that camp, you will have a very bad time. We are getting a nice chunk of XP, though. That I like. Alright, you guys do... What do you do? Like a shaman's hut, we can just kind of pop in here. And then we just need more wood, pretty much. Wow, okay, that's 4 of them. That's quite a few. Not too big of a deal, but... It's kind of funny how they just keep freezing them. Like, it doesn't do any damage to them, it just makes them cold, unable to move. I guess it's the psychological trauma, you know? Like, I determine when you move and when you don't. Alright, let's see. Alright, they've built this. Do I need this? I don't think so. You guys, I want on Lenya duty over here. Maybe even one more. And then it's going to be the big HQ. We've got quite a defense set up here, which is great. We're going to need it, especially when we leave, like when we go out. We're going to have something to defend the monument. Because just because we're not here, doesn't mean the attacks are going to stop. Before we think about breaking out, though, we do need units. More units. A lot more units. I'm actually thinking of doing a third woodcutters. maybe here. Or down here, even. Just to kind of capitalize on the whole thing, because there's plenty of wood here. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. But I'll do that after I've gotten the big HQ. Need a teeny tiny bit more for it. All the Dark Elf resources are going splendid, but we don't really have anything to use them on, except for towers. I guess we could make a few more, just to be on the safe side. Also, we've been avoiding making towers for so long. On this map, you're kind of forced to, so we might as well make use of it. Alright, 10 of you. Give me this here. All on me, please. Thank you. Nice. Honestly, the blades. I'd say the blades are the weaker of the two enemies on this map. Definitely. I mean, they're strong. Strong against our units, especially. But when you've got this many towers plus, a strong avatar like we do, it's kind of whatever. Like, yeah, they're strong, but nothing we cannot handle. Fire Masters. Now that is something I do want to make. It costs a lot of Lenya, but because most of the enemies we will be fighting are ice-based, I do want to make a couple of them. Now, 5 of you gonna make me another woodcutter down here. I keep saying woodcutter. Woodcutter's hut, excuse me, but about the same. Pretty much means the same thing, and we get to have the Orc Titan for the first time here. Well, I guess we could have had him on the previous map, but we decided not to. To go on a little troll adventure. By the way, for those of you who've made it this far, let me give you a cat update. The cat is on the bed. I don't think he's sleeping, I think he's just kind of like... You know how cats will sometimes chill? He's doing that. He sometimes does get very crazy, so I do appreciate his politeness when I'm recording. So he doesn't like meow around, and do things. Because when I'm not recording, that's kind of his main thing. He'll just jump around. Even though, someone has to help me with this, right? I completely understand that, cats can be selfish at times. They are. Quite often so. But sometimes I just feel like I don't know what to give him to stop complaining. It's like, I'll give him food. He's got plenty. I'll play with him. I'll give him enough attention for what it is. And yet, he's still kind of gonna be like, play with me, just going to you, meowing all the time. So I'm not entirely sure what could be the, I guess what could be his underlying reasoning for acting that way. For some time I thought it might be the toilet. Like he wants me to clean it. But I always clean it, it's always clean. Like he'll take a dump, I'll clean it after. So I don't know. If anyone's got some cat-centric tips, would be appreciated. Ah yeah, we need food to regenerate mana. So then let us make a few of these. Alright, seems to be going fine. The only thing I kind of want to expand on is Lenya. But that's for later. We can't really do it as of yet. I mean, we could, it's just super dangerous to do it now, so... Also, why is the... Is the upgrade still bugged? It could be. Because they're supposed to get something that can hit multiple of them. So I do... Yeah, okay. It's probably... Oh my god, okay. I do think it's bugged. At least a little bit. Hold. Like this. There we go. No reason for them to run into the enemy. Maybe they want to prove themselves. That's fine. They don't have to, though. Alright. 3 for this one. 3 for that one. 3 for another one. For which we've got no wood. Well, soon. We'll get that soon. Guess one of you could help this guy. Or these two. We've built up quite the economy, though. Even though SpellForce is, from an economic standpoint, it's not a game where you really have to balance an economy. It's still nice, I think, to kind of play around with the idea of having a nice village. It's what the orcs would have wanted. Now this is... Oh, this is... Nah, come on, mate. There is no way you can't put anything here. Absolutely no way. Well, I guess not. See, that's quite annoying there. This one's on a bit of a weird angle, but we'll do it. We'll do it. If you're wondering why I'm not making any units, it's because I'm saving for veterans. Because I feel like veterans are by far the strongest kind of like close quarter unit. Let's heal here. So I just kind of want as many of them as I can. Time to check up on these boys. Hey, it looks pretty good. Maybe we can, you know, repair this ish, perhaps. Probably not. Probably gonna die, but that's whatever. That's okay. It's a sacrifice I am willing to make. Hall of Galore, expensive. Wow, okay. Ah, there you go. Dark Forge. I kind of want to make the forge here. And then the Hall of Glory here. And that's going to be everything she wrote. Spearmen we could make. But honestly, for 30 iron more, I do think the veterans are just a way better option overall. Not entirely sure how it matches up, but I think that's the case. Do we make the Titan? The Titans are larger, stronger in battle, can be reproduced as often as desired. 800 iron, 800 Lenya though, for both of them. Let's do it. Whatever. It's expensive, but hey. As the hip kids would say, YOLO. But I think that's a joke that's like years old at this point. When was YOLO a thing? Was that like 5, 6, even more years ago? I should not be saying it. Makes me feel older than I am. Way older, in fact. Hornblower might not be bad for resistances. Drummer's good, but Hornblower... There's a lot of ice on this map, and a Hornblower could actually be a good solution for kind of resisting it. Thunderstrike. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's make a few. Let's also make a few more of these. Holy moly, okay, lads, I think we've got a problem here. Maybe I should make more towers in this area, definitely. I mean, look at how many there are. Well, we do have the Titan. Looks cool. Look at this beauty. Don't know why his image is so, like, sparkly over here, but it is. Holy crap. Oh my god, okay, you know what, guys? Let's actually just make a few more. No reason not to. Right? Well, if nothing else, they're kind of ignoring them and just ignoring the towers and going to my units, which is preferable in this situation. But tough regardless. Yeah, this is fine. Now, more ball breeding. And then I guess... it'll be fine. I'll make a couple more of these. Maybe one of you, a couple more of these, you know? We'll be all good. Like the blades, they're super easy to deal with. These ones, bit of a different story. So let's make more of these. I think 30 of them should be fine, at least to break through to the first part. Maybe. We'll quick save. It could be that the spawns for the, like, ice golems have spawned so many at this point that it will be a challenge to break through, but we'll see that once we get to it. Alright, let's see. I feel like more Fire Masters, honestly, is the way to go here. Thank you. But let's make a few more, just to be safe. Like, imagine you're an enemy. Obviously for golems, they're just golems, they just run in. Same for the blades, but imagine you're like a human enemy. Or elf, dwarf, whatever. And you walk up here and you see this. Like, what do you think to yourself? How do I even begin to attack this? You just can't. That's the answer. You cannot. Make a few more. Why not? You know, the bad thing about these being frozen is that it slows down construction. I don't like that. I want construction to be smooth. And he survived. Perfect. I guess you guys can go here, you... To this one. You do regenerate the resources. Albeit very slow, but they do regenerate, so... It's always good to leave one worker doing his due diligence. Maybe one more here. And if I'm lucky, one more here? No, okay. Was about to say, that would be crazy. We can do one more here, though. But then I noticed we're kind of... we're kind of short on some of the resources. Iron's gonna run out. Smelting works. This guy still has quite a few to double, but it's gonna run dry eventually. Lenya's sort of the same. But we are primed and ready to move out, with 30 at least. Just to be on the safe side, because you see what's happening up there. Perhaps making one or two more is not such a bad idea. Oh, come on. I had the perfect placement. He just moved in and just bumped it out of the way. There we go, like this. Yeah, I'd say the army's doing quite well. The veterans can take a punch. And that's the main point. I mean, I need them to tank. They're not really there to do damage. That's what I and the Fire Masters are for. Well, mainly the Fire Masters. I need these guys to tank. Which they are doing fabulously, at least for now. So we'll see. We're gonna get the 1,000 in pretty quick with all of this, but I don't want to wait. Let's push out and keep this map moving. Now, ideally, I want to catch any stacks running into this here. You guys help them. So yeah, I want to catch any stacks running into this here, but I also don't want to attack from up here. I want to go through this one. This one here. Because that's the one that's going to make the biggest immediate difference. Alright, these guys can go up. I know I keep saying this, but many of these maps, I kind of, you know, I kind of remember them as being more difficult. May very well have been the case back in the day. I mean, I was younger. But playing them now, it all seem pretty straightforward, I have to say. But a part of this might be because I just know what to expect from each map. Like, I know how many enemies that, you know, there are gonna be. I know what directions they'll attack from. I know if there's anything I need to prepare for, so to speak. And if you're new, you kind of don't, so... That might actually be the biggest, like, single factor on how difficult you'd say some maps in SpellForce are. Some of them... Oh, this looks great. I like this. Very shiny. But yeah, definitely gets easier as you play more of them. Now the blades, they're coming from the south. We cannot go south. For multiple reasons. Actually no, only one reason. There's a big tower here that one-shots everyone we've got, so... kind of not an option. Doesn't seem to me like we need to, though. This should hold, in theory. Just one of them, waltzing around a little bit, prancing in his free time. If they've got something like free time. There we go. Human monument? Hero monument. Oh, that's a lot of them. Okay, so what do we do here? We kind of want to attack. Well, if I weren't frozen, I think the best thing for me to do would actually be to destroy the node. Just to prevent more of them from spawn. Yeah, there we go. The exact reason, case in point. Let's do that. Who did we lose? A veteran, probably. Actually, the best thing would be to just open this here. No, let's do the healers first. You've gotta love the Orc's special ability to just run away. Always a pleasure. But okay, that kind of takes care of the most difficult part of this map. Sort of. There's still a little bit left here. Can be a little challenging, but most of it is out of the way now. Make one more of these. Totems I don't really want on this map. I feel like it's largely unnecessary. Ooh. Yeah, they seem angry over there. There is one more camp of them up here. Which we're gonna tend to next. But that one can be quite annoying as well. There are some blades coming up. I do want to make sure that the hero monument doesn't get just completely, destroyed. But I don't think there's going to be as many for me to worry too much. I mean, a couple of them going to come through, yeah, sure. But even if they attack the hero monument, it's... it takes them a while to actually destroy the good thing. Are we going to get level 25 here? I do think we will. I do think we will, but probably towards the end of it. We're 1 hour into this map, I think about 1 hour should be. 30 more minutes, and the episode should be through. And we're gonna have level... We ventured too close, guys. I'll just go straight for the kill here. Just ignore everything, go straight in. Doesn't feel like I can. Just try it, mate. Come on. No, I got frozen. Okay, I can't. Or can I? There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. Something like that. That people keep saying that, I don't know. Might have some truth to it. I always find it hilarious when you destroy something and the last guy just kind of spawns. It's like, do you wanna die? Just stay in there. There's no point. Now we should be able to expand to this Lenya here. The problem is they're still coming from down here. We are gonna go from this side, kind of like fall in behind them. But it might be a bit tricky with the Lenya stuff. Because they don't want them to get attacked. That'd be rude, you know? Imagine setting something up here. And they just get killed in like 5 minutes. Bit rude, isn't it? Yes, it is. If I remember correctly, there's one thing we need to worry about, which are towers, but not the big tower, not the one that, you know, one-shots us, ice towers. Because the blades, as big, I guess, proponents of ice magic, also have the elven ice towers. And they're super annoying. We've already dealt with them on the previous map, but still. Okay, so here, everyone's gonna stay here. We are gonna go up. Do a bit of clearing, spring cleaning. These are super weak, so really doesn't matter for these ones. There's a lot of them, but I mean, they do hit for quite a bit, you know, but I think they're fine. If only I could be hitting stuff. It's really hard to say which ones are alive and which ones aren't here, no? Is it just me? Might just be me. Now, there's a lot of iron here. A lot of it. But do we need it? Like, it's kind of out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like we can make that many units anyway, so... Oh, don't tell me he's gonna attack this. Just kill him first, come on. Well, he seems to be quite reluctant to do anything about it. At least make it interesting. Come on, attack it. Or don't, I guess. Perish you shall, regardless. There's something I want to try out, by the way, with this tower. Because the tower, it's very strong, but it does black magic. Now, there are units in this game, summons especially, that have black magic, which essentially means they've, well, they can resist the instant one-shot, which is good. Now, what I'm curious about is whether I can use these, or more specifically, whether this guy's summons over here, undead goblins, can be used for that. If they can, I'll try to destroy it, but I kinda doubt it. Ah, there we go. The good old ice towers. And a couple of warlords here. I guess I should run in first, just so I, you know, take some of the tanking off of this. I do love their design, look at this. Edgy, spiky, cool. Alright, we should probably get rid of the towers, so... let's assign each of you to each. One of each. Or you can just run around and don't do anything about it, I guess. That's also an option. Yeah, definitely. Wow, he sure does a lot of damage. 210. That's a big chunk. Destroy this, please. Reinforcements might not be bad. Definitely wouldn't be, you'd think, but... well, unless we want to make it hard for ourselves. But no, let's call them in. Like, the trickiest part is just getting rid of these towers, man. If there weren't any, this'd be a piece of cake. No, please come back here. Like, look at this. But they've got more towers than we do. Well, almost. We're not gonna count these here. They've almost got more towers than we do. But I'd say it's close. I'd say it's like a 50-50. It's a toss-up. Definitely. This one, it's a one-tap. Come on. Anything I forgot to loot here? Nope. There's a Dark Elf monument here. Spectacularly useless. Well, for now, we will get some runes here. Oh my god, no, please, please. Oh, you can kill him, yeah. Not you, though, you're kind of weak. There we go, sorcerers. Do we want to make a few? I don't think so. I mean, we could, just for the heck of it. It's a regular sorcerer, though, so... nothing to really write home about. So I think we should just stick with the orcs. Stick with what works, is what I'd say. But okay, this should take care of the blades. Now, this is where the tower is that I want to try to get rid of. There's a couple more blades here, but those are secondary. I'll activate this, but we should first go up there. Mate. Please. Isn't there supposed to be a box over here? Guess not. Must have misremembered. You know, one day this tower's gonna fall. One day. There we go. Alright, let's move up. I do want to demonstrate, kind of, what the tower does. I'm not going to do it on me, obviously, because it would kill us. But I want to show it, at least. Showing something always makes it clearer than just talking about it, doesn't it? Alright, let's see. So from this point, we have to be careful, because the tower's, I think, around here. And the pulse, it's an AoE, right? So it doesn't just focused on one person, it can wipe out everyone we have here in a single kind of like poof blow, and then we're gone. Which is why we're gonna do it like this. You are gonna summon me a goblin. Now, how do you control the goblins? Was it... right. Now you can send them to patrol. I'll just send him over there. For those of you wondering how I'm doing this, it's I just pressed Alt, left Alt on the keyboard, and you can just send him to wherever you want him to go. But we'll do that. I'm gonna send him to the tower and see if he can maybe do something about it. We are gonna go closer to here, though. Alright, Goblin. You got this, Goblin, mate. I believe in you. He's slow about it, but he'll get there. There's 2 more camps we're gonna get rid of here, I think. Should be like a boss here, no? Oh yeah, Princeps of the First Order. Alright, almost there, buddy. Almost there. Ah, there we go. Black Tower, let's see. Can you survive? No. Alright, that settles it. The way the Black Tower works is, there's a spell in this game, Black Magic. The spell is used, you can use the spell as well. It's called Extinction, I believe. Basically what it does is, if a unit is below a HP, like a threshold, it'll automatically die. This HP threshold is a flat number, depending on the spell level, I believe. Meaning that, for example, if the threshold is 100 HP, and the unit by default only has 50, it'll insta-kill it. How this spell is meant to be used, in the vast majority of cases, is if your units are fighting, you can kind of just set them and be like, okay, we're fighting, there are probably going to be some enemy units that are a bit weaker. I use Extinction, those die instantly. Now the tower here, the Extinction spell the tower has, is a lot stronger. And every unit in the game, no matter which one, has less HP than the tower would, the tower would execute you at. Which means that no matter who you are or what you do, you'll get executed. I think the official threshold is like 10,000 HP, which, if you look at our life points, 10,000's quite a number to beat. So that's basically why it happens. Okay, new rune hero, Mage Shindar. Mage Shindar, and I do believe... do I want to get rid of Baal? I'm generally a fan of replacing mages with mages, so... we'll have to see. But yeah, this tower we will not be able to get rid of. It looks very similar to these ones. A little bit different, but quite similar, wouldn't you say? Alright. Last one. No towers this time, luckily. So this one we can just kind of run into. And let our fists do the talking. And while we do that, I'm gonna explore in this direction here. Yeah, everyone here just like walk up to here. Actually, maybe attack up to here. I'm still in the group, so when I give them the attack move command, my avatar kind of wants to move himself. But no, we don't want that. Interesting dwarven ruins here, by the way. Now, to be fair, this land is very close to Fastholm. which is a dwarven city. And the dwarves, actually, before they even came to Windholm, they were kind of like in this area in general, so... let's step through this here. Just brings us over here. Now, we are not going to continue further until we clear all of this here. And get the chest. And then we can move on. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of funny that there's going to be a cutscene that's going to play here. And they wanted you to, like, you know, not go there with your army to prevent you from doing it. So they just put like a portal here. This portal, honestly, more so than being a portal, I think what they should have done for this is they should have used the, I mean, you don't have it in SpellForce 1, but you know the light travel things from SpellForce 2, where you can sometimes go from like A to B with powerful magic, light travel. Now, in SpellForce 2, to be fair, it's explained that those were made by Shapers, in most of the cases in Dragonstorm, right? Which makes sense, you know, they are powerful enough to do that. In SpellForce 1, I guess it didn't make that much sense yet. So they just, you know, have these short travel portals. Though I do assume, I guess, that it's not entirely unreasonable for Rowan to want to connect this part of the map with this part of it. Maybe sentimental value, who knows? Like historical something, whatever. There are some ruins here, and Sartarius. Boy, do I hope we get to save him. I'm sure nothing's gonna go wrong here. I mean, there's one blade. What could happen? Let's see.
Sartarius!
Ihr? Den Göttern sei Dank. Dann besteht noch Hoffnung. Kümmert euch nicht um mich. Ihr müsst weiter. Ins Nachtflüstertal. Dort steht das große Portal nach Urgat. Sie kommen von dort. Ihr Ursprung muss in Urgat liegen. Ihr müsst dorthin. Wir haben sie unterschätzt.
Lasst mich euch zuerst befreien.
Nein, rührt die Fessel nicht an. Ein Zauber liegt...
I like how our aura still works.
Das kommt mir doch bekannt vor. Wartet, was kam noch gleich als nächstes? Ah, natürlich. Der Phönixstein. Ich wusste doch, dass ich mich auf euch verlassen kann. Wenn ihr gestattet, dieses kostbare Artefakt macht alle meine Bemühungen um die Gottsteine überflüssig. Seine Macht allein ist stark genug, das Portal zu öffnen. Wie immer habt ihr euch als treuer Diener erwiesen, mein Freund. Oh, was haben wir denn da noch? Ein Buch über die Konvokation? Diese Lektüre scheint mir ein wenig zu schwer für euch. Ich werde es an mich nehmen. Ihr werdet ohnehin nicht mehr zum Lesen kommen.
Jetzt! Schnell!
Well, Sartorius couldn't get rescued, but we can. Honestly, I think we could have killed all of these on our own, I'll be honest with you. I guess he assumed we couldn't. We did get saved, so that's nice. But yeah, the Phoenix is gone. That's a bit unfortunate, I would say. And once again, we've kind of served as a tool for the Dark One. Unknowingly, yes, but doesn't make it any less annoying. which I believe our character will tell us, but before we get to that, we definitely have more important things, like this here. So, let's do, like this. Like this. And a couple of new things for the trolls. Now, the trolls, they really don't have that many buildings. But we do get the champion. Awesome unit. Okay, let's see what happened. Thank you guys, first and foremost, but I had to loot, you know, set my priorities straight. But let's talk.
Sartarius ist tot. Ihr Götter. Wir kommen zu spät. Der Magier hätte euch genauso vernichtet wie ihn. Seine Macht ist unbezwingbar. Und unsere letzte Hoffnung ist dahin. Ihr meint, der Phönixstein ist verloren? Und jetzt? Es war wieder nur ein verfluchter Trick. Was auch immer ich tue, am Ende stelle ich fest, dass ich wieder nur dem Zirkel als Werkzeug gedient habe. Es wird Zeit, dieses Spiel zu beenden. Hier und jetzt. Genug der Täuschungen. Genug der Intrigen und des Verrats. Ich werde diesen Bastard stellen. Ich werde ihn jagen. Und wenn es bis in die Abgründe des Bargagor ist, das bin ich Sartarius schuldig. Dann also auf ins Nachtflüstertal. Ihr bleibt besser zurück, Urias. Das ist eine Sache zwischen ihm und mir. Ich danke euch für eure Hilfe, aber den Rest des Weges muss ich alleine gehen. Wie ihr wünscht, Freund. Aonirs Segen und alles Glück der Welt für euch.
Well, I do kind of want Urias to go with me. Can we redo that? Can we retake this? Please? Ah, well. Okay, but we still have Craig to talk to, so.
Was gibt es noch zu sagen?
Was erwartet mich im Nachtflüstertal?
Meine Brüder werden sich dort im Kampf mit den Eisernen befinden. Ihr müsst versuchen, die Stadt Schal zu erreichen. Sie liegt südwestlich des Portals. Meidet die Speipflanzen. Es bedarf Jahre, um sich gegen ihr Gift abzuhärten. Für euch ist es tödlich. Ihr müsst sie umgehen. Sie wachsen vor allem im Norden des Nachtflüstertals. Nehmt euch außerdem vor den Kitar in Acht. Ein Volk von Katzenmenschen, das vor Jahren aus Urgat in unser Land eingedrungen ist. Sie sind furchteinflößende, tödliche Krieger, die keine Gnade kennen.
Thank you. Alright, let's go to the portal. Now, those very keen-eared of you will have noticed that he called the city in Night Whisperdale Shal, which is interesting, because I think this is something they changed later with SpellForce 2, because in SpellForce 2 we actually go to Shal, and Night Whisperdale and Shal, while close on the world map, are still two... what the hell's going on here? Are still two separate places at the end of the day. So, what I think is the case there, and that's how I explain it to myself, is Shal is the actual city we see in SpellForce 2. What we see in Night Whisperdale may have been a part of Shal, like before the convocation, but after it kind of got split. So it became this, I guess, connecting region to it. In my personal, I guess, headcanon, you could say, because I think I talked about this in the previous episode. We don't see every single portal in SpellForce 1, right? We only see the portals we need to see for the things we need to do. So I believe, and it makes sense in my opinion, that there is a portal connecting the city in Night Whisperdale and Shal that would kind of like take you further into it. But yeah, wish that kind of got explained a little bit more. It didn't though. So nothing we can do. What we can do though is save here. Southern Godmark 1. Because this is going to mark the end of the episode. If you watched so far, thank you, I appreciate it, as always. Don't forget the Discord, don't forget to like and subscribe, I appreciate that a lot. Helps the YouTube channel out. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. I'll see you in 2 days with the next episode. Until then, have a nice time, I'll see you soon. Bye.